Hello, thank you for tuning into my channel. Today we're free motion quilting a curvy grid. So if you want to know how to quilt a design like this, please stay tuned. As I said last time, all of our future blocks are going to be based on this gentle curve. So whatever we are quilting, we'll just use the gentle curve lines and we'll take those and put them in some different designs. So this time we're going to start with the curvy grid, and I know it looks complicated here, but once I show you how it works, it's pretty simple. So I'm going to start here in the corner, and all I'm going to do is make a curvy line just going across. Okay, and then stitch along the seam line, and this time I'm going to do a mirror. So where this curve goes up, I'm going to curve down, and so on. Okay, and then stitch along the seam line, and again just mirroring the previous one instead of doing an echo pattern. Okay, and then the same thing here. Alright, and so this is how it starts, and then we're going to just go along the stitch line and do the vertical. So just going across those that we did, stitching along the seam line, coming back, and it doesn't have to be a perfect mirror. I mean, it can even be an echo if you want. I'm just doing, I'm just doing just a little grid to kind of help me. Alright, and so that is how you create the grid. Here it's a little bit more even, but even in the quilt this one will look fine as well. One good thing about this doodling on a sheet of paper is that you can really clearly see your proportions. So when I go to the sewing machine, I'm going to be mindful of that I want to put 4 grids or 4 lines in each way, vertical and horizontal. Alright, so when we do it in the bow tie, I decided to do something a little different. This time I'm going to put 3 to make the grid, to make the parts of the grid a little bit bigger. So I'm just going to trace along with my finger to show you how this one works. It's a little bit more complicated, but once you get the rhythm, it's fine. Alright, so down and over. Okay, again, you can do the mirror if you want to. From here, I'm going to go all the way down, and this time I'm going to start with the seams going up. So here I choose to do all of the vertical and then go into the horizontal. From here, I'm going to go down, start at the bottom, stitch along the seam line, and up, and so on, and then travel all the way around to start over in this on this side. Okay, and of course it takes a little bit longer when you're on the machine, but this is just kind of get your drift of how it goes. So let's see what it looks like on the machine. So I'm ready to start quilting this on the machine. I'm going to start with the bow tie. Again, I'm working to get 3 rows of quilting in this square and then 3 rows into the top square too. So I'm going to start here. And so I'm going to be going kind of right to left and up. Okay, so down first and gently curving. So I'm just kind of moving the fabric side to side to create my curves. Stop and adjust my hands. And now I'm going to move the fabric to the left or to the right so that the stitches go to the left. And for this grid I like to mirror, so I'm looking at the other one, at the other stitch line, and I'm kind of going the opposite way. So when that curve goes in, I'm making the next curve go out, and so on. So you can see that they kind of look hopefully like mirror image. Not really, but that's kind of the gist. That's where I'm headed with it. Okay. And then I'm going to go up Pull that thread out of the way. And so that my next line is just, my next curve is a little bit longer. Again, just gentle curves. And it doesn't have to mirror. I noticed that this one is not exactly mirroring, and that'll be okay. Alright, and I'm going to finish going vertical, and then I'll show you the horizontal. All of the vertical done here. So now I'm going to stitch in the ditch over so I can start the horizontal. Again, just trying to keep my stitch length even. Now I'm going to switch down only maybe about a third of the way. About there. And now I'm going to start stitching from left to right, creating the same thing, gentle curves. Trying to keep the stitches even. Not very even today, but. And then just stopping as I need to check my positioning. And then I'm going to stitch along the seam line here. And then I'll head back the other way. Trying to mirror, but just doing my best to see if I can get a decent mirror on these curves. Okay, and then I'm just going to go back and forth to finish the horizontal, and I'll show you what that looks like. Here is the curved grid that I just completed, and all of the these kind of color blocked bow ties on my quilt have a similar, they have the same pattern in the bow tie, and I hope you notice the gentle curves that are in the background of those. So let's see what it looks like when we put the curvy grid in the background of a block. So here's the block that I just finished, and I quilted here in the background. You can see it here and here, and I've even left my threads here to show you. I'm going to actually cut this thread, that's the last one, but I want to show you, I quilted this side first, and in order to get to the next side I just kind of back stitched here, and I didn't break thread, so I let the thread go all the way over here, and then I did a few locking stitches before I started stitching this way. And I kind of prefer to do that. It helps me remember where I need to go back and tuck in my threads. So I'm going to leave this here for just a little while, and then you can see here's another one. And then where I've cut here, that's just going to be a loose tail that I can hide later. Thank you so much for watching this video about the curvy grid and free motion quilting. I hope that you can see how each design builds on the next one, and you can eventually use these ideas to create your own free motion quilting patterns. If you have any questions about this pattern, please leave them below. And thanks again for watching. Welcome new subscribers. See you next time. Bye.